Hello everyone. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a good one. We have too much thing. We have too many things going on now. Not too many things. Too many ships coming out. I almost actually think that it's a problem that we have so many ships coming out. You know what? Actually, okay, genuinely, there is an element of like there are a lot of ships being teased, and like to some point, like they've been teased for so long with so little detail that it's like just fucking release something, do something, anything. That's my current honest opinion. Oh geez, have I really poorly thought this one out? Oh, I have. Oh no. Okay. So the insurance stuff in 4.8 is being talked about. Weapon changes are being talked about. I think there's some other things. As well as ships, but like, alright, I mean, the G-Force changes, I'm sure I've mentioned this before because it's been talked about ad nauseum, I think, or it's been mentioned ad nauseum. It's like, hey, if you're gonna do the G-Force changes, you have to have the suit lockers. I mean, for one thing, of course, like, if you have a Wolf or a Gladius, you don't have a suit locker. If you're, like, you're going to have to deal with it. If you want to, use a Gladius as a bunker runner, you're going to have to do the same sort of thing that you would normally. So, that just, like, take the individual armor pieces off, put them in your ship inventory, and hopefully they're... Oh my god, 3 minutes? Okay. Cool. Wow. I apologize. I did not think this one through that much. But if you have a Reliant, if you have a 300 series, if you have so many ships that have suit lockers, you can have that as a bunker runner, and that is going to be so much better. That's like and it's just insane. But the point being that, like, why don't we have suit lockers? Some people are just going to deal with it, and even when suit lockers are a thing, it's still going to be the same issue, or they're going to have the same issue that everybody is going to have. That is probably worth noting. But, those ships with suit lockers absolutely should have something. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm going to do today either. I'm probably going to do one mission. I was having an issue where missions would not complete, so we'll see if that works or not. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah. So, insurance stuff is, the insurance stuff, I don't know, I have to get my hands on it. I think I've mentioned that it feels like it's insurance, like 0.5, where it's like just ships and ship-related things, which is fair. I mean, it would be nice if you could insure FPS items, but it seems like that's not a thing yet, and I'm willing to be patient, but also, like, yeah, I mean, honestly, it does seem like 4.8, in those regards, is kind of gonna suck, and it's kind of a thing of, like, oh, it would be very nice if they had, if they, were like, okay, we're not going to release this until it's, like, in a good state that's, like, universally applying. Because, I mean, I think that the ship thing, it's gonna suck. Because we're not really at a state where insurance is going to be fair. You're gonna blow up on nothing. And you're going to have to pay an insurance claim because the game fucked you over. Because of a bug. That's absolutely going to happen. No way it's not. But yeah, I think probably realistically it was always that was always the situation that was going to happen. So I don't know. The weapon changes. I just saw weapon changes now. Like it's in PTU. They might be playing around with stuff. I don't know. But like they basically across the board made weapon speeds slower. So velocities, and they also made it so that the smaller guns were faster than the larger guns of their same series. And man, I gotta tell you, like if if CIG if I was talking to whoever made those changes, I would literally tell them, I would ask them, do you want me to just not do ship combat? Do you just hate ship combat? Do you just want ship combat not in the game? Because that's what it feels like to me. Like I don't know. I have never liked, I've never loved ship combat. Be real. But like like the Panthers, and I also heard something about penetration values being changed, and like Panthers and like laser repeaters are actually kind of at least more lethal now, which kind of removes some of the glory that was happening with it before. But like it's, I don't know, it was always going to be a balance thing. Should size, like, yeah. So yeah, it's a whole mess of balance things right now. I don't want to do ship combat, but oh god, the Xenothreat event is a thing. Also, these, seriously, like seriously, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the shit? Oh my god. I hit the button, and it just disappears. Or I'm looking at a thing, I don't move, and it disappears. This doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know what the hell that is. It's made interactions, all kinds of interactions, super annoying, and seems like it's not going... Well, I mean, it's only been in 4.7 that I've really noticed it. I haven't played 4.8, so eh. But anyway, I don't know. I have to be hopeful that the weapon changes are like just things that they're playing around with and trying to figure out. Oh, you know what? Okay, the real dumb, like, this is actually fucking stupid. Like, genuinely. There's the mass drivers, which are railguns, like size 1, 2, I think maybe even 3 size railguns. They had a charge up, they had extreme velocity, and now like low, like I don't know if they had lower damage compared to other cannons, but like they had this really annoying, hard to use charge up system, which I don't like it, but I don't hate the concept of having to charge up a railgun and fire it. It just, they need to figure out some better way to do that. Those guns had like, instead of like, you know, the normal max would be like 1,800 meters per second for projectile velocities, and these things had like 4,000. Which is awesome. Awesome and insane. And I really like the idea of that. But again, like the balance there was that they had the weird charge-up thing. And that made it so they weren't super OP. And they have just nerfed the shit out of those, those velocities. And they're, like, just completely in line with every other cannon. So, like, that tells me either they don't know what they're doing at all, or this is just really like a, hey, we're going back to the drawing board, balancing these things, we're going to balance them, we're going to mess around with them, which does seem a bit ridiculous to me, but I don't know ship combat that well. So, sorry, I have dinner. And it's Hawaiian barbecue chicken, so it's very good. Anyway. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, we saw the crossbow. I saw FPS scanning in Arena Commander, although it didn't seem like it actually, like, gave enemy location data or anything. So that's something, I guess. I'm just trying to think of all the... We have the ships. We have the ships to talk about. So, yeah. The Ironclad and the Odin. The Ironclad and the Odin are things we know about. I don't know. I don't know if it is the Ironclad and the Ironclad Assault. But yeah, at the very least. I know definitely an Ironclad is coming out. I don't know if it's both. I think I heard somewhere it might be both, but that was just on Reddit. So yeah, the Ironclad, I don't know. I don't think I've heard any like crazy new things about it. Seems like it will be fun, I guess. It should be good. Oh my god. Where's the freaking exit point on this thing? I feel like it just isn't here anymore. That's there. I feel like it was like right like here. God, okay. Yeah, interactions being fucked up is also, like, killing the experience for me, too, because it's, like, it's a point of stress that, sometimes it can be kind of fun. Sure. But also, like, it's just the game not working. In a way that I haven't seen it not work in, like, so long. Anyway, so, or I've seen it work for so long, But, yeah, okay, so, Ironclad, Odin Battlecruiser, I'm excited to see the Battlecruiser, but also, like, I'm never buying it, and I don't really give a fuck. Let's see, there's a Stingray, which we just have in the files, which, by the way, the Odin, showed up in the files, having, like, being name-dropped or referenced to something. That is a thing that already happened. So the Stingray, the Stingray being in the files doesn't necessarily mean anything. Hell, like, honestly, they're not going to do a concept sale for the Stingray, but if they did a concept for the Stingray, I wouldn't be surprised. They said they weren't going to do concept sales. I mean it as a joke. But, like, the Odin showed up in the files with the names, and they're doing a concept sale for it, and, yeah, so, the Stingray, I assume it's probably coming out soonish, maybe in the 4.8 cycle, but not necessarily. Either 4.8 releases this week, either 4.8 releases this week. Do I have the tractor beam? I don't have the tractor beam. Don't I have the tractor beam? Interesting. We're just gonna do a single mission, and I'm not gonna care about the loot. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Stingray, I think that the 4.8 could come out this week. It could come out next week, which next week is, I don't know. Actually, no, maybe it's not. I don't know. I think next week, I believe next week is the beginning of Invictus/Drake Defense Con. And in it could, yeah, I could see them doing either, or releasing either the first day of Defense Con, 4.8 releasing, going to live first day of Defense Con, or it going live sometime this week. It's been in PTU for a bit, so eh. Yeah, that being said, take a contract real quick. Okay, sorry. So, what other ships do we have? The Misk Starlight, which I mean, I've heard people say, yes, this is a bazillion% refueling ship. I don't think I've seen anything. No, I think there was a sneak peek that had like a quote that would suggest it was refueling. I give it like a 90% chance it's gonna be a refueling ship. I don't really care that much either way. Oh my god, and the fucking menu won't scroll. Oh, never mind, it'll scroll 1, 2, okay. Good job, CIG. So the Starlight, I don't know, it looked like it had a, hull A cockpit bridge, so I'm wondering if it's not going to be the same sort of deal with, like, the, Liberator and Valkyrie and the Valkyrie and the Asgard, the Mantis and the Meteor and all that kind of stuff. The Mole and the Moth. I kind of like the idea of like a hull A, but the extendo section is not extendable. It's just permanently fixed to its, full extent, and they've replaced that whole thing, maybe with some cargo grids, but also with, like, an interior. It's like an extended cabin or something. I could see that being interesting. Oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna do an 890 today. Yeah. The, Drake Pitbull, I know nothing about it. I don't know, people have said it's a heavy fighter. I don't know, I don't have any information on that possibly, other than, Drake could have a, heavy fighter. They could use one. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Buccaneer was a light fighter, and then it got reclassified as a medium interceptor. So, I don't know if they want to split hairs and have a medium interceptor and a medium fighter, a light interceptor, a heavy fighter. And then come up with some other term so you can sell, more fighters. But I think also, like, position-wise, it has to be something small. So, like, a heavy fighter, I mean, it depends. If it's, like, a heavy fighter, like the F8, like a superiority fighter kind of deal, then it might be, it could be small enough to put in a booth like that, but also, like, it's sharing the same sort of space that is the same size that they're putting, like, a ground vehicle, I think. like the mule or something. So, actually, I can't remember what it is, but I think like there's some chance that it's also a ground vehicle. Pitbull, I think, also would make sense for a ground vehicle or a fighter, but I think I don't know. I would love to see a Drake Concers. I think that would be a pretty fitting, like just calling it, naming it after a sword. I think that's a pretty rad sword to use for like a heavy fighter. Yeah, Drake Pitbull. Aegis Tiburon, which people are saying is Laser Hammerhead. I hate that name. I hate calling it a Laser Hammerhead because that, like, it doesn't really make that much sense. I do think it could very well be a Hammerhead with, it could be a Hammerhead with, you know, some body modification, so it's has a, something like size 7 turrets. But, I mean, if it replaced the top and bottom turrets with dual size 7s, that, and I think people want it to have like a fixed, railgun, laser, beam, cannon, like the Idris, which makes sense. Makes sense, but I don't know. If it did have just replace the top and bottom turrets with dual size 7s, I think that would be interesting. It wouldn't outclass the Perseus. Perseus would still have the missiles, and the Perseus also has such a smaller crew requirement that I think it would be way more feasible to pull it off. And it would be, unfortunately, the same sort of thing with like the Redeemer versus the Paladin, where like the Paladin just seems like a way better Redeemer in a lot of ways. Crew requirement, if I remember correctly, crew requirement definitely being one of those. Yeah. Let's see. Am I missing? I know. Okay, there's also the Origin. There's the Origin thing they teased, which, like, there was the sneak peek, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a 100 variant. And I was saying that it was the 190, like, luxury version of the thing, but then they released some things teasing an Origin M80 heavy fighter. And, like, also on Reddit, literally nobody was saying that it was a 100 variant. Everybody was saying that it has to be the 200, and like, I don't understand where anybody's coming from. Like, listen, I want the 200. I want a 200 as much as the next person. I want it to be something like, basically like a Pisces / Cutter. Like, you have a sort of runabout shuttle variant, a camper variant, maybe like an exploration variant. Oh, we're getting some chunkiness here. I have a few other things going on, but nothing. Oh, geez. Nothing running. Anyway. I think that I'm assuming that the M80 is one extremely poorly named thing. And it's going to be a 100 variant. But it's not going to be treated like a 100 variant. If I'm guessing. Because, like, I just can't see that sneak peek as anything but a slightly modified 100. And that, I guess, would check out, right? So I think I do think that the 100 is definitely an odd choice to make a heavy fighter, but it could also genuinely be that it just takes a lot of design cues, like the cockpit takes some design cues. I don't know, if you're going to tell me that the geometry isn't the exact same, I could believe that, but if you say that it looks nothing like it, that's absolute bullshit. What are you talking about? Look at the 100i. It looks very similar to the 100i. But yeah, the if I was going to make a heavy fighter out of the 100, I guess, like, I would take the size 4s, I would take the size 3s, I would make them size 4s, I would put size 4s on the other side of the thing, so it's 4 size 4s. I would rip out the cargo section, and I would put a size 2 shield generator there, and possibly move the components somewhere else. This is going to be an experience. Oh my god. Oh my god, where did you come from? I know I picked... Oh my fucking god. I cannot hit a button like 3 times and just have nothing happen. And not complain about it. Yeah, so, the M80, I do think it is going to be basically one of these things where it's it's a separate chassis from the 100, but it's very clearly just a 100 that's been kit bashed. And you're going to not be able to share the 100 series paints with it, because of course not. Are you fucking ridiculous? Why the fuck would that be a thing you can do? Okay, so the contract did complete. Cool. Yeah, I think it was just a server issue before. It was just a thing. It was just a thing that happens. That was kind of funny. But yeah. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Because honestly, like, holy shit, there are so many things, and I am pretty sure I have missed at least one thing, right? Like, had to have. I mean, there are other things that are, like, not confirmed. or things that have been talked about, like the Anvil Auxilia and the Grey Cat. Oh my god, the Grey Cat crafting thing, and then the Consolidated Outlands crafting refinery thing. Which actually I just remembered, and like they didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about that in the other thing. There's a few Gray's Market things that are have been teased, that were teased or leaked or shown like forever ago in Squadron 42 stuff. Oh, and of course there's the whole like, oh, they're going to, you know, have a Squadron 42 announcement at Invictus, which, like, yeah, it could be a thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, also, with the M80, they had a teaser, which as an American really threw me for a loop, because it had a date on it, 26/05/16, and that was year, month, day, as opposed to day, month, year, that you would normally see in most of the world, or the month, day, year thing you would see in the US. Yeah, I don't know. Not too much else to say, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm really excited for 4.8. I do think that they mentioned that for the Return of Xenothreat, which, you know, it sounds like it's just fight the Idris, or hunt the Polaris, but now it's hunt the Idris. It sounds like this seems like a completely fine event. I mean, it is unilaterally focused in combat, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just wish there were some monothematic, that's a good word. Monothematic, like, mining events, monothematic salvage events that are like, yeah, no, this is a salvage event. There might be a little bit of combat sprinkled in here or there. There might be a bit of cargo running sprinkled in here or there. But, you know, that's all it is. It's just a little bit. It's, you know, not combat focused. Maybe there being a little bit of combat focus or some other thing here or there. But it's not the focus. And it would be nice to not have so many combat events. The main thing is that I've heard that the reward for completing it is a blueprint for the NDBs, which I do think is going to be insane, because there's so many things to balance with crafting that they still haven't done, and we don't have, like, player trading and, you know, upgrades and everything, and, like, you know, I mean, I think that it was smart having it so that account items are, you get the item and then you get a cosmetic blueprint. I think it's smart. I think it gives you something. If you buy something in the gear store, it gives you something, but you don't have to, it gives you something, but you don't have to, but you're not going to, you know, be able to leapfrog people in terms of being able to, you know, buy stuff, or you know, being able to earn stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Ships, you can buy an Idris with real money. Blah, blah, blah. There should be some things that balance that reality out. Do they not? I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide when the game launches properly. Yeah. I think with blueprints, though, like, it's kind of Pandora's box of, like, oh man, I mean, they could just completely decide, you know what, so many people have access to the NDBs, let's nerf them. Like, everybody has NDBs, so nobody's using the Panthers anymore, so we have to make the Panthers actually worth it, or, something like that. And, like, there's an entire meta to that that's gonna be like, oh my god, what is actually happening? What is this? Why is this? Who is this? What is this? I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. But I do think it'll be interesting, and you know that I am going to be getting those. Oh, we still don't have the mirror fixed in this thing. Damn. But yeah. What was I gonna say? What was I going to say? I think that's it for this week. I'm looking forward to I am looking forward to having more information on stuff. I do hope that the Stingray comes out. The Stingray, I'm hoping that it's like a freelancer miss. It's a small gunship. And I hesitantly want to upgrade my Spirit to that, to a Kruger gunship. I think, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Maybe I need to stop giving them money. But also, who knows? It genuinely, nobody knows what the Stingray could be. It could be a bomber, it could be a heavy fighter, it could be a medium fighter, it could be a light interceptor, it could be a food truck, it could be an ice cream van. And I wouldn't say that I was surprised. So, yeah. That being said, I stream Star Citizen on Sundays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/Railu, that's RAILU, with an underscore at the end. Until then, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.